Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No.
Y'all, this
just
is
stop.
a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. Happy Monday, everybody, and welcome back, Tori.
Woo!
That was very enthusiastic.
I had a sip of coffee. I'm so sorry.
We're happy to have
She
you
literally
back.
just said
She just
before-
summed up Tori being back in 10 seconds.
She literally just said, you know, I'm so exhausted. And then that comes out. I'm like, whoa.
I'm excited to be back. I had COVID. I'm over it, but I empathize with all those that went through it. It is not easy.
You mean the whole world?
The whole world.
Okay. Steph, I gotta tell you something. I went to the stock show here in Denver over the weekend, and I don't know if anybody remembers, but you were talking about mutton busting a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
I showed up right when mutton busting started.
And tell me it was not the best moment of your life.
It was super cute. It's when little kids, like my son's age, 6, 5, 4, whatever, they hold on to these little sheep, and then the sheep just run, and they just hold on for dear life, and whoever holds on the longest wins. But it's called mutton bust, and some people at home are like, oh my God, whatever. It's super cute.
Oh, would Lawson do it?
He goes, I want to sign up next year.
sign up
And I
next
text a
year.
picture, and I send it to Stephanie. I'm like, mutton busting, so cute. It really is.
It made my day.
It was cute. It was
awesome.
super cute. No animals were hurt in the process of mutton busting. Okay, Beyonce is facing some major criticism for performing in Dubai. It was for the opening of a new Atlantis hotel. The concert had a strict no phone policy, but some fans brought phones anyway. Have a look. So Beyonce wore several outfits for the show, including that yellow dress. She also had a pink and silver mini skirt ensemble, and finally, she wore this gorgeous red dress with a large headpiece. Okay, fans were also allowed to take out their phones for the finale, where Beyonce was lifted 6 feet into the air on a platform.
Oh, 16?
What did I say?
6.
Oh, 16. Ooh, sorry, Beyonce. Daredevil.
Amazing.
Okay, let's get to what we're going to talk about here. Oh, sorry, there was fireworks too.
I mean, not just any fireworks. Look at that. That's incredible.
Incredible, and she looked incredible and was super high in the air. And let's talk about what we're going to talk about here. Okay, folks are calling out Beyonce for accepting $24 million to perform in a country that criminalizes homosexuality, potentially punishable by death. Some say it's hypocritical since Beyonce has been very vocal about her support for the LGBTQ+ community. What do we think about this?
I was surprised. I'll start it.
Go for it.
I hate going
Welcome
after.
back, Tori.
I know. I hate going after Beyonce as my first thing back. But I think we know she is somewhat of a gay icon in many communities. She has openly supported LGBTQ communities. Her uncle, I believe, is gay, and it's odd to me. I get the money, or was dead. I think he has passed away, unfortunately. But it was odd to me that optically she would go to a place that is so against what she preaches. So I thought it was an interesting choice, a weird choice.
So I guess I would ask, if you're supporting and you're showing advocacy, is that preaching, or is that lending your support to another cause or organization? This is where it gets tricky for me. Obviously, Beyonce has a huge and substantial gay following.
Sure.
Many of whom have supported her throughout all of this. So I feel like it is a split decision as to who is offended and who isn't offended, and both of those sentiments should be respected. My issue with coming after Beyonce for this is when someone like her is constantly under scrutiny, damned if you do, damned if you don't, then the voices of criticism become a little less impactful if every single thing and choice that you make is scrutinized and it's your responsibility to fix the world. Do we need to be having these conversations about human rights violations as a global stage? Absolutely. Is it Beyonce's responsibility to do that? She can be a part of it. She can lend her voice. She can show support. But are all of her decisions have to be 1,000,000% under the guise of whoever is making the decisions of what it means to be an advocate?
I understand that, and I do. And I guess preach is a loaded word, and I think you have to be careful with words here. But I do think in the 70s during apartheid in South Africa, musicians made a pact to not go so that apartheid would be looked at. There would be a focus on that. So I'm not saying...
Explain what that is.
Apartheid is when basically the white took over the black people, and it was basically colonization, and it's sort of like Jim Crow basically here. And musicians did not tour in South Africa for a reason. I don't understand the plus for her here.
24 million.
Yeah, she's 500 gazillion, but she's 500 bazillion dollars. Does she need that 24 million enough to alienate perhaps some of her other fans that have supported her this whole time through? I don't think she should fix the world, but perhaps not going would have made a better statement, in my opinion.
What do you think, Steph?
I think it's Beyonce. I think we've not seen her perform in 4 years. I think 24 million would lure literally anyone. I think she doesn't need the money, but she's got a new album. We've not seen her in so long. And I think her going there, embracing some of the culture, if you look at the dancers, the costumes, you know, she did it very respectfully. She paid homage to Ukraine, to the Middle East, and she did it in a really tasteful and Beyonce way. Maybe her going there will open up doors for conversation and put more of a spotlight on it, and she might talk about it afterwards. We don't know. I mean, Beyonce faces so much scrutiny. Like you said, she can't do right for doing wrong. She wore the yellow blood diamond from Tiffany, then she had to address that. There's always going to be something.
But this is a big thing. I mean, this is punishable by death, and you're putting your voice and your name out there in that country.
As well as jail time.
As well as jail time, yeah.
Well, there's no denying that there has been a very concerted effort by Dubai in terms of tourism.
But if you look at a lot of the Middle East, like look at Qatar, we've just had the World Cup there, and literally it's the same, if not a lot stricter and harsher rules there than it is in Dubai. If you go as a tourist, your rules and the general lifestyle is very, very different to if you are a Muslim living in that country, in that culture. I mean, I know that firsthand from working and being there before for a long time. So I don't know. I think it's a very hard line, and she wasn't there to talk about that. She was there to give a performance, and everyone that went was very much of, you know, a Western culture. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But I think it was amazing, and I love Beyonce, and I don't think she can do any wrong, to be honest.
And producers want me to tell you that no one's been put to death there for being LGBTQ+, but they did serve jail time.
I appreciate you saying that.
Well, yeah, I mean, but
I had to put that in there.
No,
Yeah.
I know, but it's like, you know, people are going to be like, oh, okay, so is that okay? But
I don't know. Yeah.
For me personally, I am someone who, you know, I travel a lot. When Dubai's not on the list of places to travel.
I was going to say, have any of you guys been to Dubai?
No.
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 Do any of you have friends that are in Dubai?
No.
Are any of you friends with any Arabic cultures or that literally live and breathe it? No.
Of course,
Honestly,
yes.
So as someone who has literally been and worked there, has got friends in that culture who are very respectful towards Westerners and tourism. It's very, very different. I'm not condoning it by any means, but I'm just saying I don't think it's fair to put all of that on Beyonce.
No, I don't either, but my point about my personal decisions is I can understand my friends who are LGBTQIA+ saying, you know what, I don't want to go somewhere that I am going to be restricted in this way. I feel the same way. Exactly. That wouldn't be on my list. There's so many places to go and beautiful places to tour and all those things. I wouldn't want to put myself in a situation where I'm thinking about me being me in any capacity, not just Dubai. Me being me is going to be problematic, or on the other side of the golden rainbow of tourism for the people who work and live and breathe there that look like me or represent me are being persecuted in some way. I don't want that feeling when I'm choosing to
vacation.
travel.
What if I give you 24 million to think about?
That's a good point.
Lisa Marie Presley, this is some sad news, was laid to rest on Sunday at a public memorial service at Graceland. Friends, fans, and family members came out to say goodbye to Lisa Marie, who passed away earlier this month. Sarah Ferguson spoke about her longtime friendship with Lisa Marie and revealed the two used to call each other Sissy. Axl Rose spoke about how protective Lisa Marie was over Elvis's legacy, then sang the Guns N' Roses hit November Rain on the piano. And Alanis Morissette also performed her song Rest. Lisa Marie was buried next to her son Benjamin, who died in 2020. At the service, her mother Priscilla Presley read a poem written by one of her granddaughters that talked about Lisa Marie's grief from her son Benjamin's death. Let's watch.
She knew it was close to the end. Survivors, guilt, some would say, but a broken heart was the doing of her death. Now she is home where she always belonged, but my heart is missing her love.
Wow. I just think of Carrie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds. When Carrie died, Debbie Reynolds had a stroke, I think the very next day. Broken heart condition is real. It really is real.
Well, it's incredibly unnatural for a parent to bury a child.
Absolutely.
And,
absolutely.
you know, if you've ever bore witness to that or experienced that in any way, you know, yeah, it's always traumatizing when someone dies, but that just hits different.
Yeah, and I think it weighed on Lisa Marie and how Priscilla's getting through all that, losing a daughter, a grandchild.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. Coming up on DBL, Razzie nominations are out, honoring the worst movies and performances of the year, and Tom Hanks is at the top of that list.
He should be.
What? Plus, Kylie Jenner reveals the name of her son. What a juxtaposition. Find out what it is next.
Is it Tom Hanks?
Yeah. It's a new year and DBL is all the talk.
Let's get it going.
We had a lot to talk about last year.
I'm flexing every day.
And we're not stopping in 2023. I'll see you guys on the flip side.
Hey everyone, it's just a quick peek. I do love Tom Hanks. You do. America's father, America's dad, we all love him. Lately, whoever is his agent, you're picking terrible movies.
Why?
Terrible movies. There's one with a cat. Did you see Otto?
No, that's
He's holding a cat. What are you doing?
Maybe Tom is just saying, like,
Tom.
at this point, I just want to do whatever I want to do.
Yeah, well, you know what? Do things like Apollo 13, which is what he wanted to do. And this is terrible. Pinocchio was, I'll save it. But whoever's making the decisions for Tom Hanks to pick his movies has got to be fired.
What if he said that about your turtleneck dress?
I know, can I be honest? You guys, it's so hot. And I'm dying, but I'm like pretending to be
I love that dress.
You do?
It's super comfy.
My God, it really doesn't let any ventilation in at all. It's almost
cute.
like scuba.
Well, it's chilly out.
Yeah, but it's warm in here. I'm very uncomfortable.
It looks great.
Does it? The caramel?
It works with my color palette very well.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dre.
So
You picked
much
it up.
for
I'm
you.
so sorry.
I appreciate it.
But I gotta
We
be
had a
honest.
color palette.
Yeah, we had a whole thing. There are many actors that I love what they pick, and like Jennifer Aniston, I never think she picks good movies. I never like the movies she picks. She could have picked great movies. Steve Carell never picks a movie I think he would do really well in, other than name two.
The love one with, come on, Crazy Stupid Love. Great movie. You've never even seen it.
Thank you.
It's a crazy, stupid movie. No, I do think this is Virgin, a 40-year-old virgin was great.
That was great.
But he's dropped off the comedy thing and went so serious that you're like,
I remember
what
I
happened?
interviewed him as he was in the middle of that transition, and he was really hard work. He wasn't.
I don't know why you don't be funny anymore.
Welcome back. Almost a year after giving birth, Kylie Jenner has finally revealed the name of her son. That was like a year-long drum roll. We don't need it.
So tired.
She also shared this first look photo of him on Instagram. Oh. She originally named him Wolf, but later said it didn't suit him or any other human. And now she revealed his name is Aire Webster, spelled A-I-R-E. The name apparently means the Lion of God in Hebrew. Speaking of which, check out this lion headdress Kylie wore at Paris Fashion Week.
It's faux.
It's faux. It's not a real lion, so everyone settle down.
Right.
But I think it's maybe homage to her new son.
Absolutely,
Yes.
of course. And a lot of people are saying Aire, A-I-R-E, is also the ending of billionaire, which she happens to be a very young
Erica's pulling
billionaire.
her face like it's really bad, but I think it's beautiful.
I don't mind that. First of all, that kid could be named whatever. He's adorable, okay? I'm just more that like, I mean, okay, why do it have to be so big?
It's really, really big.
Like,
so the collection.
Is anyone else getting Coming to America vibes?
That's fair.
2 people, all right.
It was part of a collection where there was like a she-wolf head, there was a leopard head, and like it's causing some controversy because some people are like, wow, and other people are like, it's promoting hunting and killing, and they really don't like it. So, I mean, it looks really realistic, but it's not. It is out there. It's out there.
You're not lying. Okay.
Tori's back.
Okay. Dead silence.
Wow, so that's the end of the conversation?
Yeah, I guess I killed it.
The end of the conversation.
No, I mean, Air is lovely. I just think it's very Captain Planet-y. Like,
I love it. I love all the Kardashians. Like, I prefer it to, like, no offense, like Sally, or like my surname's Jones. It's just like I've heard it a million times. Sarah.
You like it unique.
Katie. I like it being a bit unique.
Okay, let me push back on that because you're saying you heard it a million times, but have you heard Jones more than you've heard Air?
Yeah. I've heard Jones a million times.
No. I'm saying just Air in general because that's always my thing when somebody has like a word or a name that's like an adjective or like
Gwyneth Paltrow's got Apple.
Yeah, right. You know, like if that gets to me, that would be my only thing. Like, doesn't that get confusing? Like, and I can't get this ever since I heard this. I can't get Jordan Sparks and Chris Brown No Air out of my mind. I've been singing it all morning. Tell me how you gonna breathe with no air.
That's funny.
That's so weird you said it because I was thinking Michael Jordan, like Air Jordan.
Oh, interesting. Everyone's got a different connotation.
What's yours? First
Airhead.
There's that.
Yeah.
I was more for you suck the air out of the room.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oxygen. It's true.
Let's air it out, guys.
Very good, Erica.
Steph, you better make it a good one.
I literally just think she means it in the sense of she is literally a billionaire. That's what it's clearly. That's how it's spelt the way it is.
I know, but we were playing with it.
Okay, I'm not. I think you guys on that song.
All right, we did a good job. Coming up on DBL, is Tom Hanks really getting honored for being the worst at something?
Yes.
No. We're talking about the Razzie Award nominations next.
Classified documents from Joe Biden's time as vice president have been found in his Delaware home and an old office in D.C. The documents weren't supposed to be stored there under law, prompting a Justice Department investigation. Former President Trump is also under investigation for taking classified documents home with him, though he has since claimed he declassified them. Critics of President Biden say that's not a defense he can use here because a vice president can't declassify information. Verify viewer Ray wanted to know if that's true, so Ray, let's verify. Our sources, Executive Order 13526 and Kel McClanahan, a lawyer who specializes in national security. In 2009, President Obama signed an executive order that specifies who's allowed to classify and declassify stuff. It explicitly gives the president and vice president the authority to classify any document. And when it comes to declassifying, it identifies 4 kinds of people who have that authority. The person who originally classified it, their successor, their boss, or a delegate assigned by the head of their agency. In other words, if the VP originally classified a document, the order gives them explicit authority to declassify it. As for documents originally classified by someone else, the president and vice president oversee all executive branch agencies, so they count as a boss here and therefore have the authority to declassify.
It's been a long-standing practice in the executive branch to say that the vice president has delegated authority from the president and should be treated as pretty much the same. So anything the president can declassify, the vice president can declassify.
The only exceptions are certain information dealing with nuclear secrets, which are governed by a separate law, and any instance where the president explicitly forbids the VP from declassifying a piece of information, meaning we can verify, yes, the vice president can declassify information.
Welcome back. Oscar nominations come out tomorrow, which I'm sure we'll be talking about, but the Golden Raspberry Award nominations, known as the Razzies, are out today. This is sad. This saddens me. Tom Hanks leads the pack with 3 nominations, one for Worst Actor in Disney's Pinocchio, which is also nominated for Worst Picture. He also scored a nod for Worst Supporting Actor in Elvis, and Tom Hanks and his latex-laden face and ludicrous accent were nominated for Worst Couple. I feel so hurtful saying that about Tom.
Let's just say this. Who's ever been picking his movies lately has stunk. I don't like any recent Tom Hanks movie. He was absolutely dreadful in Pinocchio. It was laughable.
That was really, really
And
bad.
then I went to see Elvis, and I loved Austin Butler, surprisingly, but he comes out with this fake accent that he's doing the narration, and it's just like, what's happening? Tom Hanks is a fantastic actor, but the choices have been terrible.
I've got to say, the
Terrible.
Pinocchio one, I 100% agree. It was literally horrendous. I love Walt Disney.
It took you out of it, even.
It was beyond awful.
Yeah.
Although with Elvis, I literally hated him in that role. But like literally, I hated him.
Which is, you're supposed
was
to be the
character.
Colonel,
So I
right.
mean, like, I do think he did a good job because I loathed him, and literally seeing that face, that prosthetic, makes me feel a bit sick.
But wouldn't you guys appreciate if the Colonel, who's a real character and he did play him, would have been an unknown, so you're not just immediately seeing Tom Hanks?
You don't sell movies with unknowns. You sell movies with Tom Hanks, and he's going to continue to be in movies.
I do think his acting in Elvis was good. The accent was highly questionable.
Oh, I thought it was awful.
But yeah, he's, like you said, he's not picking well recently.
No.
I didn't see Pinocchio. It gives me PTSD.
Actually, if there's a whale in it, I don't like.
Because I was in a fire when I was little, and then I came home and I ripped up Pinocchio because there was a fire, and so ever since then, I've had an aversion to Pinocchio. And like, it makes me really like.
We should have put a disclaimer on there for you.
Seriously. No, yeah, so I'm just anti-Pinocchio in general.
There's a whale in there, too. I don't think so. Yeah, I'm with her.
I didn't think it was that bad, but I think it brings people down to ground level when they get a Razzie.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm down for it. And Tori, this one's for you.
Okay.
I got a bone to pick with you. It only took 37 days, but Avatar: The Way of the Water has broken the $2 billion box office barrier. I wish we had a clip of me saying that it would and Tori saying it absolutely wouldn't. So the Avatar sequel has now become the 6th movie to bring in over $2 billion globally. Director James Cameron previously said the movie would need to make it to at least $2 billion to break even. It has. James is also the first director in history with 3 $2 billion movies under his belt. The 2 Avatars, there's another one coming out, and Titanic.
Wow.
Tori, you said it wouldn't get here.
It's broke even. I'm very happy for it.
Hasn't made
a profit.
At this point, you said it wouldn't get here.
I'm very happy. I was wrong, and
that's
I
all I wanted to hear.
apologize.
That's all.
But clap
We'll be right
again.
back.
Wait, hold on.
Oh.
Clap if you have seen the movie.
I want to go and see it. It's
Okay.
on Netflix.
No.
I'm just saying, in the legitimacy.
Erica knows my face too well. I was just supporting the movie.
In the cinematic exploration of what is good movies, I would dare not say that Avatar is up there. I still don't think it is.
I think
it only grossed $2 billion twice.
Yeah.
You're a good critic.
Yeah, I am.
And the air is gone. We'll be right back.
Will the new DC crime bill make us safer or make life easier for criminals? We can't predict the future, but we can verify some of the big claims being made about the revised Criminal Code Act, like how it changes penalties for violent crimes. We looked at the current criminal code and the new bill and spoke with Janu Park, executive director of the DC Criminal Code Reform Commission, an independent DC government agency that's been working on the bill for years. The revised code overhauls how crimes are defined and penalized. Because of that, comparing it with the old code isn't a direct one-to-one process.
It's important and people are concerned, and I think there's a lot of good faith misunderstanding out there.
Taken independently, yes, standalone penalties for most offenses are reduced. DC Mayor Muriel Bowser pointed out that the maximum penalty for illegal possession of a weapon will be reduced from 15 to 4 years. But Park explains that's not the whole story. Think of it this way. Rather than defining each offense as a standalone item, the new code gives prosecutors a series of building blocks, and those blocks can be put together to fit any given criminal offense. Take a carjacking case, like the one we saw last year when someone drove away with a child in the back seat.
Well, in a case like that, the person could be convicted of carjacking plus kidnapping, to say nothing of any kind of weapons offenses and other enhancements that might apply.
Enhancements meaning more building blocks added. If the carjacker did have a gun, both the carjacking and the kidnapping would be enhanced, increasing the maximum penalty from 18 to 24 years. And we found a list of different types of enhancements that could increase someone's maximum sentence, like if the person was committing a hate crime or has a criminal record. Of course, there are some cases where enhancements don't apply, and that can result in lower penalties in this revised Criminal Code Act. If you have questions about the crime bill, send us an email at verify@WUSA9.com or text us at 202-895-5599. With your Verify, I'm Abby Larico.
Carole Baskin, star of the 2020 hit Netflix documentary Tiger King, has gone viral again. Baskin's husband, Don Lewis, went missing in 1997 and was legally declared dead in 2002. In the show, Baskin was accused of killing Lewis and feeding him to the tigers at one of her animal sanctuaries. She's never been formally charged or named as a suspect, and she denies ever being involved in his disappearance. But in a recently resurfaced interview clip from 2021 with a British TV network, Baskin made a big announcement.
Homeland Security says he's alive and well in Costa Rica.
So let's verify. Is there any evidence that Carole Baskin's husband was found alive? We went to these sources for an answer. Don Lewis remains a missing person according to Florida's Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, which is leading the investigation into his disappearance. On January 19th, the Sheriff's Office told Verify they had not received any communication from our federal partners that confirms the location of missing person Mr. Don Lewis. The U.S. State Department, which keeps track of U.S. citizens who are missing abroad, told Verify that reports of Lewis being found in Costa Rica are unconfirmed. So we can verify, no, there isn't evidence Carole Baskin's husband has been found alive. With your Fast Fact, I'm Ariante Till.
Welcome back. Want to have whiter teeth but don't want to deal with the messy strips or sensitivity that goes along with it? Well, you're in luck. The brand that brought you Power Whitening Gel has created new Smile Actives Pro Whitening Gel with 33% greater whitening power. Effective tooth whitening can be achieved at home by simply adding the Pro Whitening Gel to toothpaste every time you brush. No change to your routine, no extra time or effort needed. In a clinical study, users saw an improvement of up to 8 shades after using the gel for just 30 days. Smile Actives is safe and effective and will work on crowns, bonding, and dentures. Order today for a special buy one, get one free little BOGO offer. Don't wait to get your brighter, whiter smile. Call 800-700-4040, 800-700-4040, or visit smileactives.com today. That was fun to say. I don't know why. Okay, let's get to some good stuff here, DBL Nation. It's time to spread the love. In case you haven't heard, our very own Erica Cobb has been nominated for an NAACP Image Award. And you could help her win this prestigious award. You have until February 10th to cast your vote. It's super easy. Grab your phone right now. Just scan the QR code on your screen, go to the podcast category, and click on Outstanding Society and Culture Podcast. Then vote for Come Back with Erica Cobb. And if you don't listen to her podcast, what's up?
Come on.
Yeah, Erica, congratulations.
Thank you. I really appreciate all of y'all's support. I've heard so much from DBL Nation. People have been getting from Canada to the UK, all over the place. People have been very supportive, and I appreciate you so much. So thank you.
You deserve all of
you.
Yeah.
She's in with LeVar Burton. I wrote her. I was like, she's in the same category.
I know.
Yeah, we said that last week, Tori. You weren't here. We'll see you guys next tomorrow.